The Worx Pegasus. It's like a sawhorse slash workbench. I've got two of these in the shop and I've had these for several years now. I bought both of these myself and I find these to be some of the most useful little small workbenches that you can have in the shop. And they are actually very stable. I have stacked 400 pounds of weights on here, if I'm not mistaken, and they did just perfectly fine. No issues with that at all. Now these retail for about $100 or $120 a piece, and they have some very unique things about them. First and foremost, they come with 4 dogs or dog stops that you can use on the very top, and they do have dog holes up there. They also have 2 built-in clamps that store underneath it when not in use that you can use on the top that slide into the rails so you can clamp your material down when you're working. Now, a few things that make the Worx Pegasus kind of unique and what I like about them is, one, if you can just use them as a standard sawhorse, you could, a 2x4 will literally sit right here in each of these grooves. So if you have 2 of them, you can set up a bigger workbench than just this one. This is very handy for somebody that's in a very small space, or if you just need some extra workspace, that way you can move the project off of your regular workbench and use on something like this. I use these a lot for staining and finishing, etc. when I just have a few small parts I need to get finished. Also, I do like that workbench aspect of it because it does fold up and lock into place as a pretty good sized workbench here. Your total size is about 31 by 25 inches. And again, it does have that built-in clamp that you could put in on each of these rails. Slides right in there. You can clamp down boards and things that you need to hold tight. And it does have those dogs that will help, you know, you can clamp against those, etc. And there are little small pockets on each side that you can put in small parts or fasteners, etc. while you're up here working. There's also a little small shelf down here on the bottom, but it's really not made for load bearing. It basically just locks everything kind of in place and keeps everything stable. For the size of this, holds a lot of weight. Again, to stack 400 pounds on there, it didn't bother it at all. And it's just a very, very useful workbench that doesn't cost too much. $100 is a little bit pricey. There are measurement scales on the top of the Worx Pegasus. One's in metric, one's in imperial, right beside the T-track that the clamp rides in. I don't know how useful those are, but they're there. These are about 30 inches high, which is pretty standard for portable workbenches, sawhorses, etc. So about the right height there. I'm a little bit, I guess, taller at about 5'11", so I would like to see them a little bit taller. My workbench is about 1 inch or 2 taller than this one, but they are a really good size for sawhorses and extra workspace. As far as rating scales go, we're going to use the 2x4 rating scale. So we're going to give this one 5 2x4s on ease of use. It literally couldn't be easier. You could fold this up, you could fold it flat as it goes, and then expand it very, very fast. It's simple, very simple to use. As far as space saving goes, again, very little space. You're talking 3-4 inches wide by 30 inches tall. Minimal space. We'll give this a 5 as well. As far as stability goes, they are stable. However, if you put weight on the wings, you will see them flex a tiny bit. Not a lot, but you do see that flex. And if you put too much weight on one side or the other, you do have to be cautious of it tipping. So if you set something very heavy on one side, it could tip over. But if you put everything in the middle, or if you're using these as like a workbench with the 2x4s between the 2 of them, you won't have that issue. But because of that, we're gonna give this about a 3 out of 5 for stability. As far as accessories go, you do get the dogs, you do get the clamps. I wish the clamps were better. They're not the best. They're not Bessie level. They're kind of a very generic level of clamp. As far as the quality goes, they hold stuff, but not great. I wish those were better. The dogs are okay if you're gonna use those, but they're not nice to have. I do wish they would have included some dog clamps or something like that other than just the stoppers. Now with that, we'll give them a 3 out of 5 for accessories. If you know someone or a group of someone somewhere online that would enjoy seeing this tool video, be sure to share that with them. But before you go, hit that subscribe button, or you can check out that next video. I think you're gonna like it as well.